This is going to be the last video I make on this whole Black Clover Spade Kingdom Invasion Consequences arc I've been having. The Black Clover fanbase is one of the most ignorant fanbases I've dealt with. The only other fanbase I've had a negative experience with has been the Bleach fanbase. That was after the whole Gojo versus Ichigo debacle I had. The whole Gojo versus Ichigo and the whole Yuha having Quincy powers. At least with those comments, I can see where they're coming from because I myself did not make myself clear on every single aspect. When people were talking about these feats for Ichigo or these statements from Yuha, it made sense where they are coming from. I made a statement and I did not expand on it that much, therefore they gave their reasonings. And for that, respect to that. How they responded to me with the insults and L's, that's a different story, but a lot of them were fair. I think they were completely wrong, but still fair. But with the Black Clover fans, they're just stupid. And the ones who aren't stupid are just making stuff up to justify the writing. I've come to the conclusion that there's being dumb and stupid, and then there's being a Black Clover fan. Before I go further into these Black Clover comments, I just want to say that you guys can be fans of Black Clover, but don't be a Black Clover fan. From now on, I'm going to be using this as a term. Black Clover fan. A Black Clover fan is going to be someone who's dumber than dumb and stupider than stupid. And now let's get into the comments. You missed my point entirely. What you said is that we were told we would get consequences and we didn't get them. What you left out was that those consequences are only going to happen upon failure. Let me ask you, are you or anyone for that matter invested in Gaja? No, that's why it was unnecessary. It was always if Lucifer gains all his power, if the devils and all that. Well, let's talk about this topic at hand first. No, I did not care about Gaja. So my question is, why not kill him? He was set up to die. He said he is good as dead, but he doesn't die. I'm not saying Gaja should have died for the sake of him dying. Really, out of the 4 options for Gaja, only one of them led to criticism, and that is the one path that Tabata took. You could either set him up to die and kill him, don't set him up to die and don't kill him, set him up to die and don't kill him, or don't set him up to die and kill him. I will only criticize you for the third option, where you set him up to die and don't kill him, and that is the one option you picked. If you weren't going to kill him, then don't waste my time with this nonsense. So no, you're wrong. It was necessary because it was set up. It was built up towards. And now for the second paragraph right here. What are you smoking? Where did I talk about the Dark Triad success? I never talked about the Dark Triad, period. Black Clover is a shonen. It is the most shonen shonen. It is the most basic as shonen. If I had to compare Black Clover to something, it would be compared to Fast and Furious. Obviously, the good guys are going to win and the bad guys are going to lose. I did not talk about the Dark Triad once, so this whole second paragraph is completely meaningless. I don't know why you even talked about this. You just wasted your time. Let's talk about this comment right here. It talks about consequences that will be set up in the next arc. In the 5 videos that I made, where did I say that this arc had no consequences? I made myself clear 3 or 4 times on video and then multiple times in the comments that my problem is that you make promises and you break them. I did not say that the Spade Kingdom invasion had nothing bad happen. I have made it clear so many times that my problem with this arc was that we were told that if these characters perform certain actions, they will face retribution. These characters perform said actions and they did not face their retributions even when they were prepared to do so. We had characters who were prepared to face the consequences for their actions. Characters who were ready to meet their fate. Only for that to be null and void. And I made it clear multiple times. If you're going to create scenes like this and this, don't make it meaningless by performing this. I never said that, oh, nothing bad happened. I said the bad things that we were promised never came to fruition. This guy gets it. He has more brain cells than 90% of the Black Clover fandom combined. This guy's basically talking about the same thing as the first 2 commenters. Guys, if you're deaf, just say so. And in this bottom comment right here, he talks about that, oh, the healing that Mimosa can do is limited by her mana pool. My guy, I literally talk about this issue in a video. So if you want to know why that's not an issue, you can just watch that video right there. But knowing that half you guys are deaf, I don't think it will matter. But just try anyway. Now let's talk about these comments in a video where I talk about how bad Lucifero is, and this guy's trying to justify Lucifero as a character. Now when talking about these comments, TikTok has a bad habit of ordering these comments terribly, so we'll have to go through this bit by bit. The first thing he says is that I do not address anything he said in his first comment. He is saying that Julius was set up beforehand and I'm nitpicking to find problems with Lucifero. Here's my question. How was Lucius set up beforehand? Literally, the only thing we knew about Lucius was that there were 4 Zogratis siblings and we theorized that it was Julius. Now granted, we were right, but that really doesn't set him up. Like, you need to tell me, what were the hints of Lucius messing with the entire fight? Because someone needs to explain to me, where in the arc was it hinted that they were in a time loop? The only reason why we're even talking about this time loop is because Julius has time magic, which was revealed after the arc. There was no hint that during the arc was a time loop. You guys are hinging this on a theory that is likely to be true, but a theory that is yet to be confirmed. Right here, this is an L on you. And then he talks about how first impressions were good and you started off well. And then he talked about like, oh, this Lucifero was at 50% power and he was still strong. This Lucifero might be at 50% power and he was ridiculously strong, but he still acted like a whiny little bitch. This guy right here is literally one of the devil rulers. For the majority of the time we see him, he acts like this. This ruler that you're hyping up so much is acting like a child. And then you talk about him being at 50% of his power, and I ask you, so what? I ask you this because it is unlikely that we will see Lucifero ever again. Yuno says there won't be a next time, and Andromoluk took away his heart. So this 50% is all we'll probably ever see. And then you go on to say that Lucius retroactively makes Lucifero better because he wasn't defeated by an asspole. When did I ever say that Lucifero lost because of an asspole? I said multiple times, and I even said it in the comments, he got packed up because of a flashback. Asta got this flashback, and then Lucifero got cut up. And then you said that, oh, Lucifero was frustrated because he could sense that time was being messed up and it's hinted at him knowing. Literally, the only reason why we have this time loop theory is because of the reveal of Lucius. Where in the story was it hinted that there is a time loop? And if there is a time loop, where is it hinted that Lucifero knows about this time loop? I literally reread like the last 15 chapters of Black Clover, and there was never a hint that Lucifero knew about this time loop. Literally, the only reason he was ever frustrated was because he tried to imitate Aizen and he couldn't. I am not nitpicking. I'm just not creating my own headcanons to justify the failures of Black Clover. It's not that I'm nitpicking, you're just being delusional. And right here you say that I'm making it a lot worse than it actually is. I say, I don't think I am. When I think of the King of Devils, I think of someone who is menacing like this. Not someone like this. And most of his screen time hadn't acted like this and not this. So I am sorry that I wanted the King of Devils to be a good villain. And these are all the Black Clover comments that I'm going to deal with. In conclusion, while it is okay to be a fan of Black Clover, do not be a Black Clover fan. And also another thing, listening, using your ears is important. Because Black Clover fans don't know how to use them.